Hi, my name is Jill Fields, and on my informational speech today, I'm going to speak with you about tattoos and the history of tattoos. A lot of people, I understand, when you see a person walking down the street, you're wondering why they got the tattoo, who did the tattoo, was it an identification tattoo, how much was the cost of the tattoo, risk, what are they covering up, when they got the tattoo. Today, in my speech, I'm going to actually go over a little bit about the history of tattoo, the difference between amateur and professional tattoos, identification tattoo, cosmetic, whether if it's beautification, medical. I'm going to walk you through some step-by-step information and some risk of the tattoos and some of the diseases that you can get. This is one of the books I actually used. It was called History of Tattoos by Steve Gilbert. It was a very good informational book. It had a lot of illustrations and a lot of information about the tattoos and tattoos have been around through since before BC. And another book I used was Coping with the Dangers of Tattoo and Body Piercing and Branding by Beth Wilkinson. The other book I did use was um, Custom of the Body, Art and Culture by Clinton Saunders. I did actually use the internet as well during the time that I'm actually speaking with you today. I'll give you a little bit of information about history of the tattoos and tattooing. Tattoos, the word has been around for at least 250 years. It was brought over from Europe by a man named James Cook. Back in the time before that, it was actually called staining of the ink or scarring of your body. Now it's a little bit more common. It's called ink, tats, skin art, beautification. Um, the thing I'd like to go over now is the difference between amateur and professional. Amateur is usually a person that's doing tattoos out of their home. That's usually unlicensed. A lot of times people will do them as like a friend. Um, this is a picture of an amateur, which is done by me, which I'm not a professional in any way. This is pictures of some professional tattoos. This is done by Ed Harding. He is a professional tattoo artist. So, I mean, there's a difference between the pictures. A professional tattoo does have to have a license. They usually do tattooing out of a shop. It's usually more clean, clinical. Um, you know, they're able to tattoo, but don't get me wrong, there's a lot of amateurs out there that become famous and professional tattoo artists. One of the things I would like to speak about is identification tattoos. Identification tattoos, a lot of it is for gangs affiliated and Indian tribes back in the Indian days, or before Christ and stuff. In the ancient Romans, they did identification tattoos. We have force tattoos. Those were done for the Nazis, and during the World War to the Nazi concentration camp during the Holocaust, where the actual victims were tattooed, so they know which camp they went to, which camp they came from. A lot of those survivors today still have those tattoos, and it's an actual sign of what they've been through. So that is an actual great history about some tattoos. Um, Cosmetic tattoos. A lot of women per se are getting cosmetic tattoos. One of the things that they do like to do is they'll get their eyebrows done or their in here so they don't have to put their eyeliner on. A lot of times they will get lip liner. It makes it easier for them if they put makeup on every day. It's something they don't have to do every day. It's time consuming to put your makeup on. They usually do it for beautification. Another thing is for a woman who's had breast reduction or let's say cancer and they've had a mastectomy. They want to look beautiful, so over that scarring they actually get a tattoo, which is something that's really pretty, and to show them what they've actually went through and overcame. The step-by-step process of getting a tattoo. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you want the tattoo. Pick out a tattoo that you like. Do some research on the tattoo. Maybe do the research on the meaning of the tattoo. Um, do some research on the tattoo shop that you want to go to. Make sure they have a license. Walk in and look around, ask them if they have portfolios to look at. So that way you can look at their work before they're working on you. Ask around. Reputation of that tattoo shop. Another thing is, you know, look, at other people who've gotten tattoos from them. Make sure that you check the cost of the tattoos, how long it's going to take, an appointment time. You're going to set up an appointment time. A lot of them will actually take a down payment on it to make sure that you're coming back, not to waste the time of the professional tattoo artist. Another thing is that you want to make sure they actually make you sign it. Excuse me, a contract. That contract is basically going over as far as like if you had any problems with needles and ink and skin, if you've had hepatitis, cancers, you know, things like that. So that way it's making you safe and them safe. Make sure that the tattoo shop is sterile. Before they get you in the tattoo chair, they usually will clean the area. Um, they'll shave a lot of them shave the area that they're going to work on. What they will do is they will actually put a stencil on your arm. Then they pull the carbon copy off of your arm, leg, wherever you're getting it. They will let you look in the mirror to make sure that that is something that you're wanting in the placement of the tattoo. Um, and then if you're wanting to, then they'll sit down, kind of let you breathe a little bit and get their stuff ready, their guns out, their needles, and the ink. One of the things that you're gonna want to do is make sure that what color you're wanting. Um, key point is where you want it. There's things of work you have to consider a lot. You wouldn't want a tattoo on your wrist, maybe, or on your face. If you're going to be in a professional um, business that's sometimes looked down upon, maybe it's something that you won't get a job on because of this situation. Um, and then they will actually first they'll usually do the outline of the tattoo. Then after they're done with the outline, they'll clean you up a little bit and do the shadow or shading of the tattoo. Then they'll clean you up a little bit, and then if it's color, they'll put the color in. They'll patch you up, bandage it, give you some instructions on how to take care of it, keep it clean, dry, and give you some instructions on lotion and how to put that on there. Now, the big thing I want to talk about is the risk of tattoos. There are some risk of getting a tattoo. One of the things is that you can actually be allergic to the dye. The skin infections, you can get redness, swelling, pain from tattoos. A lot of times after you get a tattoo, you will be a little swollen. Usually you can take a little bit of ibuprofen, if it's on your leg, put it up in the air above your head, take some of that swelling down, anything. Skin problems, you can actually get bumps from it. There's, several things that you can get. The disease that you can get from them is you can get actually hepatitis B, hepatitis C, tetanus. There's, that's why it's very important to me is basically going to a professional shop and to make sure that you are clean, they are licensed, so that way if you fall back on it. I hope in this part that I'm telling you a little bit about the good and the bad. Personally, myself, I have a lot of tattoos. I like the tattoos, but all of mine have been professional tattoos, and I actually haven't ran into any risk of tattoos. So I hope I've gave you a little bit of information, and good luck. Just make sure that you're wanting it because it's on you for life. Thank you.